Hi, my name is Pepine from the Berg, and I'm a natural health practitioner. And my work mainly focuses around trauma, working with trauma, how trauma is stored in the body, and all the symptoms that go along with that. And my favorite model to work with is the polyvagal theory by Stephen Porges. So please check out his work and the work of Deb Dana as well, because in this video I would like to take you on a journey of the polyvagal theory, but it's my opinion. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching.
The polyvagal theory is the science of safety. And Stephen Porges uses this graph. And it's a very busy graph and there are a lot of words on it. So, but we're going to break it down, so no worries. The polyvagal is about the body and about a very special nerve, which is the vagus nerve. And it looks like this. Here you have the vagus nerve. This is your brain, and then the nerve starts in the brain and then has all these branches, as you can see, and these branches go into your organs. And it's part of your autonomic nervous system. So your brake system, your rest and recovery system. So when you're in a rest state, then all your organs can work and function properly. So that's why this vagus nerve is really, really important. And it's really, really important that this vagus nerve is very active and can be activated, so you can sleep and so you can recover, and all those kinds of functions. But now we go back to our graph. You see we have this green section, a red section and a blue section. And the word vagal refers to the vagus nerve, and polyvagal refers to the fact that we have a dorsal vagal state and a ventral vagal state. Now, to make things easier, I'm going to cover off a part of the graph. So ideally, this is where we want to be. You see this wavy line, and it goes in the red, in the green, in the red, in the green, in the red, in the green. So this is your normal day-to-day life. You get up in the morning, so there's a surge of energy. So you get up and do your morning ritual, or you go to work, you get your children ready, etc., etc. And then perhaps 9:30, 10 o'clock, you think, oh, I'll have a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and I'll rest and sit down for a minute. So then you go in the green. And when your little break is over, you go back to work or whatever you have to do your shopping, do whatever you have to do. So you borrow a little from the red, you're active, you're activated. And then it's lunchtime, you go back down into green. And you go into the afternoon, then you come home from work, have your dinner, perhaps do some evening activity, and then you unwind from your day and really, really unwind, relax, Don't do any more activities, and then you're ready for bed and you fall asleep easily. And you have a deep sleep, and you dream, and you wake up fully rested and recovered. So that's the ideal situation. And also when you're in the green, you feel safe and you feel connected to everyone around you. You are in a ventral vagal state. It's also very human-like to be in this state. We're all wired for connection. So being around people who make you feel safe calms us. It calms our nervous system, it calms our heart rate, our blood pressure is low, etc., etc. So it's very easy, very important to feel safe and feel connected. So here are a few keywords. There's joy, there's feeling in the present, there's groundedness, there's curiosity and openness, there's compassion and being mindful. So this is really a restful, safe, lovely state to be in. So you are in your rest and recovery state. Your breathing is slow. You are indeed curious about the people around you. There is joy. You're in the now, in the present, and you feel grounded. And your resilience is quite high. So this is your ideal world, where we want to go to. We want to be more ventral than in the other states we're going to discuss. Okay, so we don't live in an ideal world, so things happen all the time. And that's okay, because we are very resilient. We can handle stress, we can handle things. So, and our system reacts to that. So we get a little bit more adrenaline, a little bit more, we mobilize to perhaps run away or start an argument or, well, you know, etc., etc. Life's not very ideal. So we can get a little bit concerned or frustrated with a colleague or a situation. And then our first reaction is to de-escalate. Say, hold on, what's going on? How can I help? So you get concerned with somebody started an argument, and our first response is to get out of the connection. We feel a little unsafe. We get out of the connection. And then our first F, our fawn response, kicks in. And the fawn response is also a trauma response. We want to, we don't want to go into this conflict. We appease, we say yes, but perhaps we want to say no. So this is a very difficult response to navigate, because you're not connected with yourself anymore. And you can't say no. So this is a stressful situation. So you can be very worried or get a little irritated or frustrated. So there is this energy going on in your system. And when this energy rises, so here's also the word arousal. So the arousal increases, you go up the graph into fight, or flight. So the flight response is more the anxiety, fear and panic, and the fight response is more rage and anger. So you're in this, my favorite example is getting a tattoo. So you love the tattoo artist. you are connected to this person, you saved a lot of money to get this tattoo, and you feel safe in the vicinity of this person. And the humans are the only species that are that accept pain done by somebody else. So like you can get a tattoo, you can have a dentist appointment, and you don't hit your tattoo artist or your dentist. So, and you talk to this person while he or she is hurting you. But you saved up for this beautiful work of art, and then you see that he is not doing what you thought he would do. There's going to be a little mistake. And so you get a little panicky, or you can get angry, and you feel that this person is out of connection. He's not doing what you've agreed to do. So hold on, what's going on? And you have this tattoo for the rest of your life. So, but you can't get any response anymore. So there is this fear. And here's this word, I can. So when you are in flight or fight, you can do something. You can say, stop, this is not what we agreed on. Or you can start an argument. Hey, hold on, what's going on? But when there is no connection, this person is not listening to you, and you're in this chair, and in a dentist chair, you can't really get out because you have all these instruments in your mouth. So then you see this dotted line, striped line, and you get overwhelmed. And here it says, I can't. So, and then you have this dorsal vagal response, which is a very natural response. So in your sympathetic response, there is fight and flight. You can do something. But then you're in this dentist chair, or this tattoo artist is not listening to you anymore. You're overwhelmed. And then your dorsal vagal system kicks in, and there is this freeze response. You sit it out. You are very stressed on the inside, but you say, when this is over, I'm going to complain about it. Or, yeah, maybe you can't even find any words. You are very shut off, shut down. Your border has been violated. You can dissociate. You can feel numb. There's a shutdown and feelings of hopelessness. And so you've come all this way from getting out the door all excited for getting your beautiful tattoo, or all excited because this dentist is going to help you get rid of your toothache. But then you go up this graph in connection to this person, and you get out of this appointment feeling overwhelmed, perhaps traumatized, and, well, yeah, a deception really. But this is just one example. We can go up this graph from childhood, from being bullied, from experiencing trauma, and all these experiences leave a mark in your body, leave energy, activated energy in your body. There is this increased arousal almost all the time. But so you acknowledge your states. Now you know what the freeze state is. Now you know what the sympathetic state is, and now you know what the ventral state is. And when you are here, you have this activation inside of you. So it's like you're always on the gas pedal, your foot is always on the gas pedal. How do we find our brake? How do we get back to being in a ventral vagal state? How do we get back to happiness, feeling grounded, feeling compassion again? So now we arrive at this very important word, and that is deactivation. And what do we mean by that, and what do you deactivate? You deactivate this trapped energy inside of you. So it's like this deer that has been chased by the lion. It ran, and then it got caught. And then it completely falls into this freeze response. It's totally limp. But the energy of this running is still surging inside the body of the deer, but it's numb. And then when it's lucky, the lion by this numbness loses its interest in the prey. It goes away. And then the deer realizes unconsciously that it's safe. And then it starts to deactivate, it starts to tremble. So it was trapped, it was numb, it was collapsed. Then it starts to deactivate, so it gets into this panicky fear state again, but then it starts to tremble. And then it starts to solve all this aroused energy inside the body. So it gets deactivated, and when that process is over, it goes back into the ventral state, it gets up and runs away. There are a lot of lovely videos of that, and I'll link one below in the description box, so you can watch this process. So deactivation is very, very important, but it's also very, very difficult. So I'll get another little picture of you. So so have you ever experienced your hand going numb? And then after a while, your hand comes back to life, and how does that feel? It feels really awful, doesn't it? It's like you have all these pins and needles in your hand, and it's very painful when you have this numb hand. Perhaps you've slept on it or sat on it, and when it comes back to life, it's really painful. So getting out of the freeze state can be really, really painful. And then you thought, oh well, a week ago or a few hours ago I didn't feel anything, so I'll go back up. And then you go again to your trauma therapist, or you do other body work to deactivate, and then you start to feel again. Say, oh, I don't want to feel these emotions, I don't want to feel this pain. And then you go back up. But we want to go back to this wavy line. So be very, very kind to yourself. Have a self-care protocol in place, so you can take all these baby steps into this process of deactivating your trauma residue, if I can say that. So yeah, be very kind to yourself. Sit with your emotions. perhaps find someone who you feel safe with, so you can co-regulate with this person. So the main task I have is to co-regulate with my clients, so they can deactivate more easily. And take it into baby steps. So don't do too much. So less is more always. So I'm also a TRE provider, and we say less is more. So you deactivate your system when there are things coming up. Take your time. Find someone to co-regulate with. Find safety. Speak in very mild terms to yourself, so you can take these steps very, very slowly. I think that's also a good word, so that you don't scare yourself too much with all these emotions that come up, and so you don't go into a freeze, sympathetic state, and freeze again, etc. You want to come down and be ventral vagal again. So this is, in my opinion, how I work with polyvagal theory, and I hope it was enlightening for you. And please, if there are any questions, put them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed, and perhaps see you on another video. Bye bye.